conditions are horrible as we see Simon Horrobin and Nathan Edwards on the front row. Then Sam Priest and Ryan Falconbridge, JJ Ross and Miles Baker, followed by Aaron Thompson and Scott Robertson. Alfonso Skritska and Jay Daniels on row 5. Tim Glover and David Pugh, followed by Jamie Going, Nick Pope, Ryan Beck and Jason Powell. Then Mark Falconbridge and Richard Dawson. The lights go out. The car lights very rightly are on. It is so wet. Here's the view from Nick Pope. Visibility is going to be a big problem. On board with junior champion Aaron Thompson, who is incredibly weaving his way through the traffic. Thompson's got some confidence and seems to feel the car underneath him. He's going through the traffic. That was a remarkable opening couple of laps from Aaron Thompson. Started 7th on the grid, so it's Nathan Edwards the leader. Sam Priest is in 2nd place. Aaron Thompson is up into 3rd. There's JJ Ross from Miles Baker. Baker, one of the front runners in the championship. Wet as they come through Beckett's on board with Ryan Beck making his debut. Who'd want to make their debut in these conditions? So coming down into Brooklands for the first time, it's the championship leader, Sam Priest out front, but no, Aaron Thompson goes down the inside, and look at the understeer from Thompson. He turns in, it responds, and Thompson's got the lead. Aaron Thompson, incredible first lap from 7th. Is he in the lead? He's still side by side. He's got that sweep round the outside. Aaron Thompson, that was a mega lap from Aaron Thompson from 7th on the grid, leads here at Silverstone. And that is a mark of a very brave and talented youngster going through. Sam Priest started 3rd. Oh, Priest gets it all sideways big time. Oh, I thought he was going to go off in towards the wall there. We've got a spinner back in 4th place. Thompson comes through. Look at him fighting well. Thompson's going to lose the lead. All that good work will come to naught. He's off the track. He's back on the track. Now, where's Priest? There's Sam Priest. Priest goes back through into the lead. Thompson will probably pop that on board on YouTube and it'll go viral. I'm reminded of a lap that we saw from Jamie Caroline in the British F4 Championship on the touring car programme, which was very much like that in single-seaters. But Thompson's lap, I think, probably one of the best tin-top laps I've seen this year. The wet weather really does sort out the men from the boys. And Aaron Thompson, that's why he's the reigning junior champion, Aaron Thompson. That was a fine piece of racing for him. But also Sam Priest, the championship leader this year, is out front. Two really good names. Priest, of course, a top karter. Thompson up and coming through the ranks of the junior championship. Now we're seeing them go head to head. So let's see what Aaron Thompson can do. He's done all the, well, not all the hard work, he's done most of the hard work. Priest runs, and look how much water there is here at Silverstone. Might have to get the dinghy out in a minute instead of a safety car, but it is as if we need a safety car. Hopefully we won't. But the race leader, Sam Priest, is the championship leader by 7 points from Alfonso Skritska. Skritska running in a white car if you need to be able to look out for him, but we rightly focus on the race leaders at the moment. Sam Priest, the youngster from Barnsley, in the Specialised Motorsport prepared car, and it's the Jam Sport car of Aaron Thompson. People talk about power and engines and all this, that and the other. All that goes out of the window in these conditions, believe you me. And what we're seeing here is a straight race, and we're seeing again the top guys at the front here in the championship. So it's Sam Priest up front. Thompson goes wide. He's looking for the grip on the outside. Now he'll try and get the run down the Wellington straight. Look for the flash of orange in the right of shot to see whether Priest can come back at him. But Thompson's got the inside line, splashing his way down in towards Brooklands. Priest is holding his nerve on the outside line. I think might have to cede the lead here because Thompson has got the line. And Priest will have a look and see what he can do. Thompson throws the car. Is it throwing or does he nearly lose it? Into Brooklands, he gets it all back in line. Thompson here is right on the edge in these conditions, and that of course is what the team boss want him to do without losing it. And Thompson very nearly losing it, loses momentum. When you're going sideways, of course, you're losing momentum. Here's Ryan Beck, who's running well in the number 40 car. Ryan started down in 15th on the grid, and he's up into the top 10 and running well. There's Miles Baker, who's 6th in the championship. Car number 99, he's on 211 points. Sam Priest leads with 256, so it's actually quite close, and a massive moment there. Oh, Miles Baker goes into the wall. Now, are we going to have a safety car? Some people would say that they would be surprised at this race having started given these conditions. I have seen races abandoned or cancelled with better conditions, frankly, but these guys want to race, and the British Racing and Sports Car Club, who organise the meetings, will only deny these guys or postpone their track time if it's absolutely necessary. Well, we do get a safety boat which will come out, and Miles Baker, who is off the track, it's going to close everybody up. It gives them a welcome breather. I've really got to commend the BRSCC here for keeping it going. Everybody knows what the conditions are like. It's not like they're going in and not knowing what the conditions are like in the circuit. When conditions differ from qualifying to race, the drivers normally get an extra installation lap just to feel their way around the circuit, and the clerk of the course, race officials, will most likely talk to them before the race as well. So safety always in mind in these conditions. But it's Aaron Thompson, the 41 car, who is the race leader, the man from Romford, won the opening race of the year, won round 4 here on the other configuration at Silverstone as well. So he's won at Snet, won at Silverstone, and currently leads this one. He was on the podium as well at Castle Combe in Wiltshire at our previous event. The next event on the calendar, incidentally, is on Anglesey, where I'm pretty sure Aaron had his first junior win on Anglesey, and there was a lot of talk at the time, oh well, he went out on the right tyres. But you've got to pedal the thing home. If you've got the right equipment, that's half the job. And of course, getting the win is about bringing that car, keeping it on the track and bringing it home. So Thompson here, remembering that race at Anglesey, which is where we race at next, makes me think this guy is a little bit quick in the wet. But Sam Priest is keeping him keen at the moment. Here is Thompson getting ready for the restart. We'll watch the safety car pull off, and Thompson closing right up and beginning to nail it. Safety car is away, and looks like Thompson did a good job. He has a quick glance in his mirrors. He's well aware of what's going on with Sam Priest behind him, and it looks like a good start from Thompson, who now rightly focuses on what's going on in front. And of course, the key thing for Thompson here, he knows what the conditions are like, and Alfonso Skritska is looking for second place. Skritska read the start very well indeed and goes into second. Skritska second, and Sam Priest is down to third. That is significant championship-wise, because Alfonso Skritska second in the standings coming here. Nathan Edwards was third. We saw Edwards up at the sharp end at the start of the race. He qualified in second position. He's still running in this one, Nathan. You just caught a glimpse of him there. He's behind the 13 car of Ryan Falconbridge. This is JJ Ross, last year's champion in the Senior Fiestas, the youngster from Watford. JJ rejoining the championship this year at round 7. This incidentally round 11 of the championship. And Alfonso Skritska is looking very racy indeed at the moment, coming down into Brooklands. But does Thompson look threatened? Well, he takes a defensive-ish line going down into Brooklands, and Skritska's got some pace here, and he's looking on the outside line, but it's Aaron Thompson still there at the moment. Remember, came up from 7th on the grid. Alfonso Skritska started in 9th position on the grid. So both of these guys have worked their way through in the early laps and are now fighting it out. We've still got Sam Priest in third, and Priest will be happy with a podium, I think, championship points-wise. Here's the view from Thompson. He incidentally is 4th in the championship standings into Copse Corner. Skritska at the moment not close enough to do anything, and in these wet conditions you can't be too close because contact might well happen. You've just got to pick the moment, and he's closing up now through Maggot. Skritska the chaser. Aaron Thompson there takes a wide line into Beckett's. I've seen cars pass on the inside, so Thompson maybe not feeling too threatened at the moment, but mark my words, Skritska is right in his mirrors at the moment. Thompson though powers out of Beckett's down the Wellington straight. You can still see the orange car of Sam Priest running in third. Here comes the battle for the race lead, and it is Aaron Thompson still there. Is he going to hang on to this and take a third win of the year? Skritska's piling the pressure on here. Skritska goes wide, looks for a way through on the inside line. Now Thompson runs wide, and Skritska's got his nose in front, but Thompson's going for the comeback. Thompson on the inside line. He saw that Skritska was going wide. They're side by side coming up towards the flag. Who's going to take the checker? It's Aaron Thompson with his nose in front. And who's going to get it? Thompson, I think, has just got it. Thompson takes the win. Skritska in second place. Sam Priest was third. Race of the year for me, that one. Superb stuff from those. Thompson from Skritska, then Sam Priest, Ryan Falconbridge, Scott Robertson fifth and fastest lap. JJ Ross next from Nathan Edwards. Then it was Jay Daniels, Ryan Beck, Richard Dawson, David Pugh from Jamie Going, Nick Pope, Tim Glover and Jason Powell in 15th. Great race.
It was a great race. I would say big thanks to Jamsport Racing and SDT Contracts managed to get me out. We've had a rocky season, so to get back on the top set is definitely great. The conditions out there were extremely tricky. So me and Sam were talking about after the race how we was driving down the start finish straight half throttle just to stop aquaplaning, and yeah, so we had a spin halfway around the race, and just hope Miles Baker's okay after his scary accident.
Alfonso, that was a tough race, and you were so unlucky there just at the line. Talk us through it from your point of view.
Well, qualifying didn't go as to plan. Ended up qualifying 9th for race 1. So we thought it was going to be dry, and luckily the rain came down. I haven't been out in the rain with this car before, so it was new to be out in the rain. But luckily my dad set up, as we run on our own, Dad set up the car perfect.
Third place, Sam, fantastic result, but I guess you were hoping that there was going to be a bit of carnage in front of you going into the last few laps.
Yeah, I didn't know how long we were left in the race, and it was quite bad visibility out there. But I know Alfonso was a lot quicker than me. He managed to get past without a problem. And I was hoping, they'd have a little bit of a nudge and just run each other wide so I wouldn't be able to sneak through. But unfortunately that didn't happen, and it's a great result, third in those conditions.
Simon Horrobin and Sam Priest on row 1, followed by Nathan Edwards and Ryan Falconbridge, then Miles Baker and Alfonso Skritska. Fourth row, JJ Ross and Scott Robertson, then Aaron Thompson and Tim Glover, Jay Daniels and David Pugh, followed by Jamie Going and Nick Pope, then Ryan Beck and Jason Powell, Mark Falconbridge and Richard Dawson completing our grid. The lights are on already. Longish wait. And it's Simon Horrobin on the outside line on pole. Left of Charles we look. Horrobin squeezes Sam Priest into second place. Nathan Edwards is in third in car number 21. Here's the view from JJ Ross looking back. Now Ryan Beck's view. Problems for two of the newcomers. And Jason Powell and Richard Dawson are both off the circuit. That's a great shame. Powell in the 23 relative newcomer joined us last time. Here's the view from Aaron Thompson. JJ Ross immediately in front. Thompson qualified 7th in the previous race, and in this one qualified in 9th. So not as you might have seen in other formulae where the race 1 result decides the grid for race 2. It's based on the driver's second fastest lap. Miles Baker benefits from that. He's running in third place, Miles Baker, so was okay after that go into the wall. Here's the view from JJ Ross looking on the inside line of Alfonso Skritska. You can see Nathan Edwards is up ahead as well, but it's Simon Horrobin. Now they're all bunching up. The safety car is being deployed. They've all got to sort themselves out into the correct order. And I think JJ Ross realised that he made up a couple of places there and drops back. That's very good thinking indeed by JJ, going back into the position that he rightly should have been in, which was the rear facing camera was looking back at Aaron Thompson, who won round 11. This is round 12 of 16 for this year. Anglesey the weekend of the 25th of September, and then virtually a month later in October, I think it's a prelude to the October half term, it's the Brands Hatch Formula Ford Festival weekend, which is our traditional finish for the championship. This year I can't really see anybody securing the championship before Brands. We've had it in previous years, and we've got the clear up incidentally for Jason Powell and Richard Dawson, who are off at Copse Corner. Now 3 newcomers in this meeting. I didn't really get the chance to talk about newcomers in race number 1, but they all came through in horrendous conditions for top 10 finishes. Jay Daniels finished in 8th. He's a Suffolk based Carter moving up into car racing, 16 years of age. Jay Daniels could actually be competing in the Fiesta Junior Championship if he so chose, but he's decided to come into the seniors. Ryan Beck in car number 40 finished in 9th place, and Richard Dawson took a 10th place finish. So hats off to our 3 newcomers who've done absolutely superbly in race number 1. As you can see, conditions much better for this one. I haven't seen conditions as bad as we had in race number 1 for a long time, and hats off to them for contesting and finishing the race. It was an absolute cracker. So Simon Horrobin gets the second bite of the cherry. He's out front. Sam Priest is in 3rd. Priest, remember, championship leader. There is a dropped score scenario in this championship, so you can have a little bit of bad luck. For example, Ryan Falconbridge has had 2 retirements so far this year. Aaron Thompson has had 1 retirement so far and has another one to spare in terms of the dropped scores. You can come and race in the last couple of events of the year, but you would do so as a non-point scoring driver. So anybody coming and racing in the championship later on in the year, hasn't raced all year, comes in effectively as a guest, and they're not taking points away from the championship regulars. So it basically means not that any team would do it, but you can't put out a joker driver if you've got one of your teammates in the championship. I guess they could still vie for position, but they don't take points away in the championship. So if you fancy having a go at Fiesta Racing in the closing stages of this year, maybe looking to move up from karts to come into the Junior Championship, or if you're of age, maybe to come into the Senior Championship, as we've seen Jay Daniels do, then you'd be very welcome to come and race one of our cars at Anglesey or Brands Hatch and get on the tin top ladder. This is such a competitive championship. Some great teams involved, Specialised Motorsport, Jam Sport, Daniels Motorsport as well, many others. So there is Aaron Thompson chasing the yellow car of JJ Ross. This is Nathan Edwards, who took a win at Castle Combe. A fantastic win it was as well. And they're tight to the safety car, as indeed Aaron Thompson was in race number 1. And it's Simon Horrobin who leads them. Horrobin, a top driver in the championship, in the number 14 car, has had 4 wins so far. Here's the view from JJ Ross, and here's the view from Aaron Thompson. Ross looking high and very wide around Copse. Is he going to go off track? No, he's very mindful of track limits, Ross. 2 wheels over the curb, not a problem. Only going to be a problem if he gets all 4 over on a regular basis. So JJ Ross was very precise about where he placed the car. Miles Baker looking for second position. Ross still on the outside line, but he's been passed now by Aaron Thompson, who's side by side with his former Fiesta Junior mucker there. Car number 21, Nathan Edwards, the man from Tunbridge Wells. Here we go, back with JJ Ross. Some really big names in this championship. If you follow the juniors, if you followed karting over the years, it really is a mouth-watering championship to see. Baker gets tagged! The back end there of Baker's car got tagged by, I think that was Sam Priest. Nathan Edwards goes through into second place, and Miles Baker has recovered, and he's still going. So Baker recovers. Look at this race we got on now. Edwards second, Horrobin is away in the lead. Miles Baker is in 3rd place. Aaron Thompson around the outside of Alfonso Skritska. Then Sam Priest. JJ Ross is in the mix as well, with Jamie Going in the white and green 46. And looking at that shot there, you'd be forgiven thinking Nathan Edwards was the race leader, but a little way further ahead of him at the moment is Simon Horrobin, who is looking for win number 5 of the season. Here's the view from JJ Ross. Up through Maggots, into Beckett's. Ross in the easily identifiable yellow car. Sam Priest goes a little bit wide. We've got a big splash there. As you can see, wipers on full pelt at the moment, just doing away with some of that standing water that's on track. Let's see what JJ can do now. Will he look to the inside line? Is he close enough to Jamie Going to have a little nibble down the inside? Aaron Thompson's got past Sam Priest, then it's Alfonso Skritska. Thompson's got a problem. Thompson drops back, very nearly went into JJ, turned the wheel the right way to get out of that, but he's back on the gas on the racing line. Here's the view from Ryan Beck in the number 40 car, and Beck working hard. He's going to have a look here at David Pugh. Bang! Into David Pugh. Sadly, well, big entry of cars, of course, this weekend, and we had to split the Class C's away from the A, B and D's. And disappointing to see David Pugh's car prone across the track. Meanwhile, we go back. Nathan Edwards is now challenging Simon Horrobin. So Horrobin with Sam Priest behind him as well, coming down the straight. Here's the view from Nathan Edwards. Quick wipe at the wipers going down into Brooklands. He's too far back, I think, to make a move here. It would be a pretty desperate lunge if he was to do it from here, and Nathan knows that that's not on. Look at that, we've got 3, maybe 4 car lengths between himself and Simon Horrobin at the moment. JJ Ross still fighting as well. Aaron Thompson immediately in front, Miles Baker. Oh, and contact there with Jamie Going. Jamie Going was trying to pass Miles Baker, and there was contact for Aaron Thompson. JJ Ross finds himself out of the race as well. And that is the gravel coming through into Woodcote. Not the best place to park up, and even less so for Aaron Thompson, who, having won in fine style in race number 1, finds himself in the middle of the track. It is sadly going to be a red flag. We've had over 3/4 of the race distance, and my feeling is that the officials will declare the result because it will eat into the time. Indeed, there's confirmation. Simon Horrobin takes the win from Nathan Edwards and Sam Priest, then Miles Baker and Scott Robertson from Jamie Going and Tim Glover, Ryan Falconbridge, Nick Pope, Alfonso Skritska, Ryan Beck next from Mark Falconbridge, David Pugh and Jay Daniels in 14th.
Simon, the second race here this afternoon at Silverstone was action-packed, a lot of changing weather conditions, and you came through to win.
Yeah, we took a gamble on putting the wet tyres on the rear, where a lot of the other guys all went full slicks, but yeah, it paid off. We had a safety car halfway through, which bought me a bit of time, but they were closing in, so it was the right choice but the wrong choice, but then we come away with the win, so that's all that mattered.
Nathan, it was a tough race out there, and you came through to finish second. Talk us through it, because it looked horrendous to be driving out there.
Yeah, no, it was really tough. It was really tough this morning. That race really shouldn't have happened, but we slipped back in that one. We knew we had a chance this afternoon, and the car that Daniels Motorsport gave me was fantastic, and the tyres that we picked for the race were in fact the best ones. We had to hold it out early on, but the full slicks came good in the end. But Team Daniels Motorsport did a fantastic job. National Car Cleaning, Guardic Protection, Sean Vehicle Auctions and Singleton Dental Implants have put me here as well.
Fantastic. Well, congratulations on your second place. We look forward to seeing you at Anglesey.
Thank you very much.
They were quite slippy. They were a dry line. I was on a full slick setup, whereas my teammate Simon, who has won, was on wets on the rear, so he had a bit more grip initially. Nathan managed to get past me. He was also on slicks, but I managed to close them in quite a lot towards the end. One more lap and I'd have done it, as the saying goes.